Yeah, it's 3. So they gave you this in college or
I got the 4 colleges for you.
which email?
Is it this one?
So we normally send it out from
This one?
the office email.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just create a new one. So yeah, you can send it out.
Why is it like newer?
Better you die so.
Don't you know? Actual grammar. Got an extra pen or pencil or something.
Sorry. Okay, it's sharing the screen.
Sharing. Yeah. It's turn off the camera.
Share screen. I think it's Okay. Got it. Okay. Yeah, it normally doesn't.
Like that?
Yeah, it's got a weird interface. So it doesn't.
Who dragged you into this? Who dragged you into this? He dragged me. Carry your corpse.
Let's start with the Quran, right? So we would Surah Al Imran,
Yeah.
Bismillah. Who's reading? Is that?
Start with Al Imran.
Yeah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم ألف لام ميم Allah, there is no Lord except Him, the alive and the one who takes care of everything with perfection. نزل عليك الكتاب بالحق مصدقا لما بين يديه وأنزل التوراة والإنجيل. He revealed unto you the book with the truth, confirming which that was revealed before it, and also revealed the Torah and the Injil. من قبل هدى للناس وأنزل الفرقان. Before it, the guidance for the mankind, and he revealed the Furqan. Is there a meaning for Furqan? It's Quran, right?
Yeah, it's the Quran, right? So Furqan actually or literally refers to something that al-fariqu bayn al-haqq wal-batil, right? The thing that differentiates between truthhood or truthfulness and falsehood.
It's from Faraqa.
Yeah.
It also translated proof or something?
You can literally translate as proof as well, right? Furqan is the proof.
The one that difference between the Haqq and Batil is what you said?
Yeah, but you'll just anzal al-Furqan, he revealed the Furqan. So this is actually, in this context, is referring to all the previous books that justified on the oneness of Allah and separated between truthfulness and falsehood.
إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا بِآيَاتِ اللَّهِ لَهُمْ عَذَابٌ شَدِيدٌ. Indeed, the ones who disbelieved in the verses of Allah, for them is a severe punishment. Wallahu azizun dhul intiqam, and indeed Allah is all capable in taking retribution.
Now, you can Azizun, right, is you can that's most powerful.
Right.
ذو انتقام, yes. He is able to take
So
retribution.
this is the same as Zu Malin, right? The owner of.
That's right, yeah.
So then when you say
Intiqam.
Zu Intiqam, do you literally translate as owner of retribution
No,
or
you
capable of?
capable of. Like Dhul Fadl al-Azim, right? The possessor of virtue, meaning the virtuous. Allah is virtuous. Right? So Dhul Intiqam, he is capable to.
Then how do Azizun and Zu Intiqam connect to each other? Are they
So-
also Sifa?
Yeah, it is. Wallahu Azizun Dhul Intiqam. Right? So,
I mean, Mudaf ilayh will then become the Sifa of this.
so it's not, no, what you're talking about, Dhu Intiqam, it's no. You see, when it comes like to the names of Allah, like Wallahu Ghafurur Rahim, Wallahu Azizun Dhu Intiqam, you can use it as a Mawsul Sifa, but generally it is translated as first khabar, second khabar. Right? Wallahu Ghafurun Rahim. So you're not going to say the most compassionate forgiver or ever forgiving. It's not describing that. Ghafur itself already holds its own description.
Is it like a hidden wow?
Yeah, it's like a hidden one. So you got like one khabar and then the second khabar. Right? So Azizun, Wallahu Azizun, and it's Wallahu Dhun Tiqam.
But then Zu Intiqam will become this mawfu with
So
Mudaf ilayh.
Mudaf ilayh, yeah. So it's just, you'll say first khabar, second khabar. Right?
Or is it just two sifat? Azizan, Dhul Intiqam.
It's sifa of what?
Azizan, oh, Allah.
No, it's mubtada khabar. Allah is. Right? Allah is most powerful and able to take retribution. Right?
إن الله لا يخفى عليه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء. Indeed, nothing is hidden from Allah in the earth or in the sky. هو الذي يصوركم في الأرحام كيف يشاء. He is the one who shapes you in the wombs however he wills. لا إله إلا هو العزيز الحكيم.
So Arham is the jama' of
رحم.
Rahim. Yeah, Rahim.
Why is it translated in Majhul? Nothing is hidden.
No, it's not in a majhul. Shay is the fa'il. لا يخفى عليه شيء. شيء is the fa'il. So nothing is hidden.
So the sentence structure is a bit.
What's this? Yeah,
It comes from womb or comes from Rahman?
it's from both actually. Right? So Rahim, right? And then because this comes in the hadith also that Ana Rahman and Ana Rahim, right? I am Rahman and Rahim, and then this word of Salatul Arham or the Rahim, family relations, is from that word, originates from that word.
لا
So that's
إله-
why it's like, you gotta be compassionate to your relatives, ensure that you maintain ties, because all these come from the same word. Right?
لا إله إلا هو العزيز الحكيم. There is no Lord except Him, the Almighty, the All-Wise. هو الذي أنزل عليك الكتاب منه آيات محكمات هن أم الكتاب وأخر متشابهات. He is the one who revealed unto you the book in which are verses which are absolutely clear, and also
you'd rather try minhu, this min is tab'idiyya, right? For tab'id, right? To show some. Remember we did some. أخذتم من الدراهم in شرح مئة عامل. أخذتم, I took some of the dirhams, right? So لا منه آية هو الذي أنزل عليك الكتاب منه آية, some of which, right? آيات محكمات.
Is it wise?
It's so muhkam is refers to that which is completely explicit, completely what you can say, what was it, defined,
Decisive.
what's that? Decisive. It's decisive and completely explicit, right? So you like you'll see as it's coming in the verse mutashabih. So these are opposites, muhkam and mutashabih. When you do usul al-fiqh also you'll come across this or even the sailors. You have muhkam. So like how you say, there's certain qualities of Allah that are muhkam. It's absolutely sure, it's completely clear that Allah's mercy, Allah's ability to do everything, Allah is Razzaq. And then you find certain things that are mutashabih, that are, it's unclear, you don't know exactly what the meaning is. Referring, let's say for example, Yadullah, the hand of Allah, or Allah istawa al arsh, right? Thumma istawa al arsh. So these are mutashabih, you do not know the exact meaning of that.
So some of which are verses which are completely explicit. Those are the foundations of the book, and others which are not completely defined.
You can say unclear, vague or ambiguous. Right? Another example is like the beginning of the surahs, like Alif Lam Mim, Ha Mim, Ain Sin Qaf. These are ayat, or these are verses that we do not know the meaning of, right? So that also falls under the category of mutashabihat. Right? And
so any ayat like these and the one that say Wajhullah, or these are considered
a mutashabihat. Yeah, they are mutashabihat.
But when we say Labtiqa Wajhillah, right? So then we can still get the meaning of the ayah, right?
So we still know the meaning, but when it comes to like the physical, it's something like physical attributes, right? We are unable to. So ibtigha wajhillah, in that case, we know it's not refer. Wajh can mean face, but it can also mean for the pleasure of Allah, for the sake of Allah. So from the context we know, so that is clear. Right? But we say yadullahi fawqa aydihim, the hand of Allah is on top of their hand. So what does it mean, right? I mean, one is we can do ta'wil and say it means that Allah's assistance is with them. But some people want to go with the literal meaning, right? If we go with the literal meaning, it's going to be very difficult to understand that Allah has a limb like the limb of man. Right? So that's why you say it's mutashabih.
I guess what I'm trying to ask is, do we know exactly which ayat are
mutashabih? So yeah. So the mutashabih for sure are those ayat that are Alif Lam Mim, Ha Mim, Ain Sin Qaf. Those definitely fall under that category, right? And then those that indicate only physical attributes of Allah, that will also fall under mutashabihat. So muhkam, you can consider, let's say for example, the ayat we spoke about on talaq. All these rulings, they are absolutely explicit and clear, and they will be applicable, right? And they form the basis. Kitab, meaning we must follow them, right? And mutashabihat, we're not obligated to know the meaning of it.
Kitab means, so those are
the foundation of, right?
So
of
it is similar to the Huruful Mushabbaha bil fi'l, the same thing, right? Same.
That mushabbaha means it resembles, right? This is mutashab.
But
Right.
Shabah is the same.
Right. All right. So tashabaha, right, and shabiha is, or tashabbaha is different, all right?
Further to Ali's question, there's some ayahs like which have meanings, like tafsir has like many different tafsir,
Right.
they're explaining it differently. So which category they lie?
So those will also fall under mutashabihat, where it has two different meanings, all right?
Are these the only two situations where it's considered a mutashabihat?
They fall under different categories, like they become subcategories, all right? So you have like zahir, right? One is that which is completely clear, right? And or you'll have like mutlaq, and then muqayyad, you'll have mujmal, something. So they fall under then subcategories, right? So then you also have something called dalalatun nas, isharatun nas, right? So something that is established, or you can see. One is something that is absolutely clear, right, and there's no other meaning to it. Then you have something which is established by you can say context, you understand it. So what you can just consider for now is or muhkam are those ayat that we can actually translate and understand the meaning easily, right? No, what I mean easily is that you don't have to go into any type of interpretation or anything like that. And mutashabihat would refer to those things that a person cannot comprehend the meaning entirely, meaning that either alif lam mim ha mim ain sin qaf and the physical attributes of Allah. So generally these are the two things that fall under mutashabihat. The others, they can be explained. A person can understand them.
Is there ikhtilaf between the scholars about some ayat, like, okay, this is mutashabihat, no, this is not?
Yeah. So those that go with what you can say, the physical attributes or the established physical attributes for Allah, then they will say that this doesn't fall under mutashabiha. They are muhkam, and they'll say only the beginning of the surahs like alif lam mim. I mean, that is mutashabih.
Can you go back to this? I didn't get the tarkib. Inna Allaha la yakhfa alayhi shay'un.
Inna Allah, right? So indeed Allah, that's حروف المشبه, حرف المشبه بالفعل, and Allah is the ism, right? لا
Inna mushabba Allah is ism inna.
right,
Rest of it has to be
is the khabar. So لا يخفى, right, is the fi'l mudari, right? خفية يخفى, right, to be hidden, to be concealed. So that's the fi'l mudari. What's the fa'il of it?
shay'un.
Shay'un, right? Alayhi is jar
So
majur.
its meaning itself is hidden. Right?
Sorry.
Yakhfa itself means hidden.
It means
not
hidden.
to hide.
Yeah, it means hidden.
Okay.
Yeah, it means to be hidden. Alright. Karim?
فأما الذين في قلوبهم زيغ فيتبعون ما تشابه منه ابتغاء الفتنة وابتغاء تأويله. As for those in whose heart is a doubt, so they,
You can say deviance, right? Zayf would mean a deviance, right? Not necessarily doubt.
Zagha,
Oh, yeah, from Zagha.
what's the present?
Zagha yazighu.
يزيد أزاغ
Azagha Allahu quluba. فَلَمَّا زَاغُوا, right, when they deviated, Allah made them Azagha Allah. Right, then it becomes on the Baba If'al.
so and as for those in whose heart there is deviance, they follow what is ambiguous, seeking
From it. What is ambiguous from it? ما تشابه منه. Right, what is ambiguous from it, meaning from the
The minhu
ayat?
refers to tashabaha in this case,
Yeah,
not ibtigha.
no.
Okay, so they follow what is ambiguous in it, seeking the discord and its and also seeking its interpretation.
Yeah, ابتغاء تأويله. Or you can say,
So the ibtigha is repeated. Is there a reason why?
so it's two different things, right? So they follow what is unclear or ambiguous from it. Ibtigha, why they're doing that, or how they are causing discord, right? So they're seeking discord, but how they're causing discord? By following its ta'wil, by following its interpretation, or seeking its interpretation. They're not just leaving it as is, right? They want to delve deep into it. Like you get some people want to delve deep into what Yadullah means, right? And they're adamant that Yadullah means the help of Allah and don't take any other meaning. Right? So that's also wrong. So there's two things. This comes under a discussion in Aqidah. You have something called ta'wil, right? And then you have ta'til, and then you have tafweel, right? So tafweel was the stance of the Sahaba, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the ulama of the earlier times, even Aima Arba'a, like Imam Abu Hanifah. Tafweel, right? Tafweel. What tafweel means, you entrust it entirely to Allah, right? Like وَفَوِّضُ أَمْرِي إِلَى اللَّهِ. Tafweel, right? Tafa, waw, ya, and da. Tafweel, right? Meaning you entrust it entirely to Allah. This was the stance of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the Sahaba, Aimma, Arba'a, Imam Tahawi, all of them, right? Meaning that they said, what these ayat that come, that we cannot understand with regards to the physical attributes of Allah, like the hand of Allah, the face of Allah, that Allah stood on the arsh. We can't comprehend the being of Allah, so we leave it entirely. So this is what the ayah is actually demanding of us, that you don't follow these things, you just entrust the matter to Allah, what it actually means. Then you have those that went into the other extreme, and they said ta'til, right? Meaning that they said these are definitely not attributes of Allah. These mean something else. Like Yadullah definitely means the hand of Allah. Ta'til, right? From Ain Talam is the root of atal, right? Like I have utla, it's a holiday, right? Ta'til means to completely disregard or make void everything.
Opposite of the
Yeah, it's the opposite. So they basically make ta'til, or they make void the literal meaning of the ayat. So you get another group. So that is wrong, right? And then you have ta'wil, which comes in the middle, meaning that they interpret it, but they say that this could possibly be the meaning, but we cannot say for sure, right? So this here is something which many ulama have went to, and they felt the need to do it because in these times it doesn't really, the best thing to do is to do tafweel, right? But in earlier times there was a period of time where the philosophers had a lot of influence over people, and people were trying to understand the Quran, or they were trying to understand the physical attributes of Allah, and
or like
yeah, that would also, right? So you can't really take the literal meaning of that, right? So the elephant goes into the head of the needle, right? So it's a metaphor, right?
Yes.
So you had the philosophers influencing people. So as a result of that, ulama like Abu al-Hasan al-Ash'ari and Allama Maturidi, these people in those times, that was the period of the mutakallimin, which came after the fuqaha, or after the Imam Arba'ah. It was a great fitna at that time where people were going into this too much. So as a result, just to allow people to understand, they said this could possibly be the meaning of it, that Yadullah means the hand, the mercy of Allah. It could mean the help of Allah, but they were not saying that this is the definite meaning. They're saying that take it in its literal sense, in the sense that entrust the matter to Allah, what it really means. So do tafweel. At the same time, this could possibly be the meaning, just to make it easier for them to understand the Quran. Right, so that is fine. There's no problem with that, as long as you're not negating the fact that we entrust the matter to Allah.
So what is it? Is that the recommendation?
It's not. I don't consider it to be the recommendation in this time. The recommendation will always be to follow what Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and the Sahaba did, right? Regardless of who these mutakallimin were, although they were senior Shafi'i and Hanafi scholars, they did it because of the need of the time, right? It was a big fitna at that time, so they had to do it. In today's time, we go into that, we're gonna, or we're too adamant on that, we end up just fighting over nothing. so there's no need to go into that now. These are, especially in our situation, we're not faced with that type of fitna that they were faced with. The best is to leave it as Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and the Sahaba left it without explaining it. They entrusted the matter entirely to Allah. And then you had other people who went on the other extreme, and they are called the Mujassim, or they did Tajsim, meaning they attributed physical attributes to Allah. They said Allah has a hand, right? So then Tajsim falls into two types. It could be Tajsim where they're just stopping there. They're saying Allah has a hand, but we do not know how the hand is. So then there's nothing wrong with that, right? Although some people have a problem with that, but I consider there's no problem with that, because you're not likening Allah to anybody. You're saying, yes, Allah has a hand, but you're stopping there. You're not saying Allah has a hand like a man or like his creation. So you are still not likening Allah to his creation. So even that type of, you're establishing some type of limb for Allah, that Allah has a physical limb. I don't see anything wrong with that, because the word is mentioned in the Quran, like Yadullah, Wajhullah, right? It's just that you're not going now beyond that and saying Allah has a limb like somebody else's limb. But then you get the others that go to the other extreme, or they go even a step further and say Allah has a limb or hand like the creation. We can liken him to his creation. Then that is wrong. That is shirk, right? Because then you're opposing the ayah, laysa kamithlihi shay. Right, so the safest thing is to not even go to any of these groups, just to entrust the matter to Allah. That yadullahi fawqa aydihim, the hand of Allah is on top of the, what it means, Allah knows best, right? فَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ زَيْغٌ فَيَتَّبِعُونَ مَا تَشَابَهَ مِنْهُ ابْتِغَاءَ الْفِتْنَةِ وَابْتِغَاءَ تَأْوِيلِهِ وَمَا يَعْلَمُ تَأْوِيلَهُ إِلَّا اللَّهُ, right? So وَمَا يَعْلَمُ, that's the stance we should adopt, that only Allah knows the interpretation of this. وَالرَّاسِخُونَ فِي الْعِلْمِ يَقُولُونَ آمَنَّا بِهِ, that is what is being given. Those that are firmly grounded in knowledge, meaning they recognize Allah, they have fear of Allah, they say we believe in whatever Allah has revealed, right? So that is the default position of a mu'min, that what Allah has revealed, we believe in it, whether we understand it or not. How Allah has revealed it in the Quran, we believe in it as is, right? So that is the safest stance. Where people go into ta'wil, they get into trouble sometimes. You'll have an opposing group calling them. So there's a lot of misunderstanding, especially those people that go into aqidah too much. There's always stones being thrown on both sides. They even take out the people who did ta'wil out of Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah just for doing ta'wil, which is, it's wrong, right? You can't do that. And at the same time, you get those people that do ta'wil, they'll say those people that attribute limbs to Allah, or they say that Allah has a hand, but even stop short of saying Allah has a hand like his creation. They even label those people as mujassima, or attributing a limb to Allah, and they say that they are not Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah. And you got both groups fighting. Go to certain countries and you'll see it's a big problem in Jordan, Syria, all this way, all this whole issue of people calling each other kafir, it's because of this. Go to Russia, especially, it's a big issue there as well. They start judging you on that. Even at one stage in Dagestan, there was a time where people would come in the street, and it wasn't too far back, it was maybe 4 or 5 years ago. They'd ask you, okay, so where is Allah? If you don't point upwards, you're a kafir, and immediately they kill you.
The sad thing is that the time of there was a discussion on this ayah. The physical meaning, or it's a metaphor. And the two groups of ulama, they were killing each other. And then Halaku Khan and these guys, they killed the Muslims and they kicked them out of that place.
Yeah, that's what happened. It's Shaitan's plot, right? And this is why Allah warns us about this. They don't go into this too much. Just leave it, entrust it in the hands of Allah and carry on.
So, going back to the question, ibtigha al-fitna and ibtigha al-ta'wil is, so they seek discord, and then is it explaining how they seek discord?
Yeah, explaining how. So how they seek discord is by seeking his interpretation.
And then, is that nas not enough? وَمَا يَعْلَمُ تَعْوِيلَهُ إِلَّا اللَّهُ, to dispel all the doubts?
What you mean?
Isn't this clear enough that nobody can interpret it except Allah?
Yeah, I don't know why people can't take heed of it. So the problem came about is when people started on the
from the Quran, right? What's not clear, or why would people not take this into account?
So this ayah has been revealed to show that this year is a point of fitna for people. Right.
Okay.
It's sure that people will end up in this. Like how the Quran says, don't go towards zina or don't drink khamar, but people still go towards it. The same thing, yeah, right? Allah is telling us, don't delve too deep into this, but people still delve deep into it.
So, وَالرَّاسِخُونَ فِي الْعِلْمِ يَقُولُونَ آمَنَّا بِهِ, and the ones who are firm in the knowledge, they say that we believe in what has been revealed. So, bihi would be what has been revealed.
Yeah, what has been revealed, that's right.
كُلٌّ مِنْ عِنْدِ رَبِّنَا, everything is from our Lord. So min will be min indi would be interpreted as from, or would there be something more to it?
No, from the side of Allah, right? From Allah, meaning directly from Allah, right? Everything is from Allah, right? So يقولون آمنا به, the راسخون في العلم, those who are firmly grounded in knowledge. So remember, knowledge doesn't refer to information, it's true knowledge, right? True knowledge is taqwa. That's why Allah says in another part of the Quran, إنما يخشى الله من عباده العلماء, that it is only the learned who fear Allah, right? So being learned is coupled with being conscious of Allah and fearing Allah, right? So that is something that should be taken note of. It's not just having information, it's also having the fear and the consciousness of Allah that makes a person from the people of knowledge, not just information, right? So they say Amanna bi, we believe in it, referring to what has been revealed from the mutashabihat, right? Amanna bi, we believe in the mutashabihat as well.
وَمَا يَذَّكَّرُ إِلَّا أُولُو الْأَلْبَابِ, and they do not take heed except for the men of understanding.
Yeah, except people of understanding, you can say.
Would owners be more appropriate?
It's literally trans the owner, but you just say people, right? People of understanding. Like ulul azm, those who are of determination, or the elite.
So, يقولون آمنا به وكل من عندنا. Is that the meaning?
No. It's آمنا به, يقولون آمنا به. This is also part of this statement. كل من عند ربنا. Or you're saying that it's part of the maqula, part of their statement. Yes.
آمنا كل من
Yeah.
عند ربنا.
آمنا به. Right? No. كل من is a new sentence now. It's like they are saying آمنا به. We believe in it. Everything is from our Lord. Right? All these ayat, whether it's muhkam or mutashabih, all of it is from Allah. It's not that we only believe in muhkam. We'll also believe in mutashabih.
So, is it like a separate sentence saying that everything is from Allah?
Yeah.
We believe everything from Allah.
No, it's not we believe. It's a separate sentence, but it's part of what they have said. It's their statement. Kullu min 'inda rabbina.
Any specific reason why Yazakru is singular here?
Because like how we have, we did in the beginning, like where you have Jama mentioned explicitly. So Yadhakar. Yeah, so like you can say.
Indirect is Mustasna minhu, but that one is not mentioned. But because of the Mustasna al-Bab, that is that?
No, it's because like how you remember we did in the beginning, we said that if you have a fi'l, right, if the fi'l comes first and then the fa'il comes after the fi'l, and the fa'il is Jama, the only thing it has to conform with the fi'l in is the gender, not the number. You say you can say Ja al Muslimuna. Although you have Muslimun is Jama, you'll just use Ja'a as the Wahid. Right?
And what was the other variation that
if the Muslimun come before Ja'a,
then it doesn't even have to match?
Then it must match in gender and number. You must say Al Muslimuna Ja'u. You can't say Al Muslimuna Ja'a. Okay.
So is that the reason why there's a lam alif in between those two maqulas? الراسخون في العلم يقولون آمنا به.
You're talking about that. Those things I don't even really pay attention to. That's mukhtalaf fi. These signs of no joining and all of that. That came later on. Yeah, those are things that scholars added based on their observations or what they felt to be appropriate to make waqf on or not make.
The reason it was added here is because they don't want to separate the two.
Yeah, it looks like they wanted to keep it as the statement, part of the statement of Rasikhun fil.
What does that mean?
It means don't stop, or it's not recommended to stop.
ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. Our Lord, do not deviate our hearts after after the guidance has come to us.
After you have guided.
After you have guided us. وهب لنا, and grant us from you mercy.
Yeah, from your side, in mercy. Right?
Would you say in mercy or grant us mercy from you?
Grant us from your side mercy.
Right.
Right? Meaning great mercy. The tanween, or you can say is for takhsis or even ta'zim. Grant us from your side special mercy. You can say.
Ladunka, your side.
Yeah. Min ladunka.
Especially.
So
Yeah.
That's what I've heard, especially.
Yeah. Yeah,
Especially from you.
you can say that as well, right?
So the kaf is you, and then min is
So
from.
ladun
Is what's
so ladun, the original of it is lada, like ladayka al-kitab. By you is the book, right? So ladun is a variant of it. Min ladunka, right? From you, meaning from your side. Right? You can translate especially from your side as well. That's fine. So you're adding more emphasis that you're not just asking Allah for His mercy, you're asking it from His side specially, right?
innaka antal wahhab. Indeed, you are the bestower.
Yeah, right, the one who gives a lot. So, wahab lana, that's from the fi'al, which fi'al? Wahaba, right? Wahaba, yahabu, right? To give.
Grant, give.
Yeah. That's why you have hiba, right? Hibatun is a gift. Hiba. Yahabu. Wahaba yahabu. Yahabu liman yasha'u inatha. Right? That's from awhaba. Right?
I always thought that why is mawtub?
What's that?
I always thought that wa is
Oh.
not part of the field.
Which one? No.
Wahab.
It's atf. That is hab is the amr. Yeah. So that waw is atf. Wahab and give us. Hab is the amr. Right. But the original fi'l is or the madi is wahaba. Wahaba yahabu, and then hab is the right, like rith. Remember it, like waritha yarithu. Right. Okay, who's ready to read? Continue.
Move to the process and yeah.
Yeah, we don't have much time. All right, we got about time. This, how much do we got left?
Half a page.
All right, come. All right, let's go through. So these are all du'as. You should know it.
ربنا إنك جعل الناس ليوم لا ريب فيه. Oh Lord, you are the gatherer of the people for a day for which there is no doubt. Inna Allah la yukhliful mi'ad. Verily, Allah does not fail on His promise. Inna alladhina kafaru lan tughniya anhum amwaluhum wala awladuhum.
Min Allahi.
وَلَا أَوْلَادُهُمْ مِنَ اللَّهِ شَيْئًا. Verily, for those who disbelieves,
Those who disbelieve.
إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا, those who disbelieves, لَمْ تُغْنِيَ عَنْهُمْ, does not avail for them.
What's the file? So you're going to translate the file first.
لَمْ تُغْنِيَ عَنْهُمْ, does not avail.
So what's the file? Look at what is marfu in the sentence. That will give you the indication what is the file. So amwaluhum wala awladuhum. This is the file. So their wealth, neither their wealth nor their children will avail. Right?
Avail to them.
Will never avail, right?
Yeah, lan. That's right. Lan tughniya.
Never. So their wealth or the children will never avail to them. Min Allahi
Avail
shay'an.
as in like will be
Save.
useful.
Yeah, useful. Right? Or will not save them from Allah in any way. Right?
Take it from Allah. وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمْ وَقُودُ النَّارِ. They are the
Sorry, when he is against, like, min Allahi shay'an.
No,
it's not
from Allah. Meaning you can say it depends now on what translation you use, but if it's from, it will not save them from Allah, right? What it means. They
Good translation, like, will never avail from Allah.
will never avail them from Allah. Meaning it will not come to shield them from Allah on the day of Qiyamah, right?
what does Shay'a, how would Shay'a be
He'll
translated?
translate in any way or anything, right? Meaning in any way. أولئك
وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْوَقُودُ النَّارِ, and those are the fuel for the fire. كَدَأْبِ آلِ فِرْعَوْنَ وَالَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ, like the custom of the people of Pharaoh and those before them. كَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا, they denied our signs.
So this actually has a hidden mubtada. دأبهم كدأب آل فرعون. Right? Their way is like the way of Fir'aun. Right? So it's understood from the context.
So Da'ba is the
دأبهم is the mubtada which is hidden, right?
So the customs.
Talk about الذين كفروا.
Yeah, so their way, it's like how we normally say in conversation as well, right? You carry on like this, like Fir'aun. Not, you don't say your way is like Fir'aun. You say just like Fir'aun, right? So it's understood. Right? So their way is like, or the way they carry on is like how the people of Fir'aun and those from before him carried on.
كَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا, they denied our signs. فَأَخَذَهُمُ اللَّهُ بِذُنُوبِهِمْ, and Allah caught them or seized them for their sins. وَاللَّهُ شَدِيدُ الْعِقَابِ, and Allah is severe in penalty or punishment.
Punishment. All right, let's stop there, and then we'll continue from there, inshallah, next lesson. Alright, so have the cost of right, let's stop with this.
So the folder doesn't have processing being after deleting the page. The September folder.
Okay. I can add it, or you can just follow him in the book, but I'll add it, inshallah. Right, so you got Muhammad. So there's two ways we can do it as Mubdal Min and Badal, or we can do it as Mawsul Sifa. Which one you want to do it as? It makes more sense to do it as Mubdal Min.
yes.
Because we've always done that, like Zawjuhu Hajar, Waliduhu Ibrahim, right? We always said his father Ibrahim, right? So we can do that. So Mubdal Min and Badal, they're very similar to Mawsul Sifa as far as the Hala is concerned, right? Meaning the Hala and gender. Right? It'll be Marfu, Majroor. Right? So based on the Mubdal Min and the Badal, they'll follow the same. So Muhammad ibn Abdullah, right? So this is Muhammad is Marfu, right? Because this is the Khabar now, right? Huwa Muhammad. So Huwa is the Mubtada and Muhammad is the Khabar. So this is Marfu, right? Muhammad ibn. Now this here is Marfu also because Muhammad, right? Now before it becomes the badal of Muhammad, right? So you gotta look at this. The son of, so this is mudaf ilayh, right? Mudaf ilayh. So because it's saying Muhammad, the son of Abdullah, right? So Muhammad ibn Abdullah.
Abdullah itself is mudaf mudaf.
Yeah, so that now becomes, but we can just consider it as, yeah, we'll consider it as mudaf mudaf ilayh as well, right? Abdullah, the servant of Allah.
Why is it not Muhammadun?
Yeah, okay, another thing is when it comes to, Muhammadun is supposed to have tanween, right? But when you come to names, like somebody's lineage, that's when the tanween will follow. So you won't read the tanween there. So this is marfu, right? And this is marfu also because it is the badal of Muhammad, right? And now this here becomes majroor because it is the mudaf ilay of ibn, right? And this is also mudaf ilay. And ibn here will have to take the kasra because this is Abdul. So this is Abdullah bin Abdul Muttalib. Right, so it's Abdullah. So what's the hala of this? This is majroor, right? It's already majroor because it's the
Mudaf ilayh.
mudaf ilayh of ibn. So it's a way to tighten this.
Yeah.
Doesn't. So because this is majroor now, right? And this is mubdal min, and this here now becomes the badal. So because this is the badal of Abdullah, it has to take kasra as well. Right? So Muhammad ibn Abdullah ibn Abdul Muttalib ibn, right? Hashim.
So if you stop at Abdul Muttalib, right, then you're saying Abdullah is Mubdal Minhu and then Ibn Abdul Muttalib is the Badal together.
Yeah. So this is Mubdal Min, and this here is the Badal.
Mubdal Min is Abdullah, right? Or Abdullah in this case.
Which one?
Abdullah is Mubdal Min.
Yeah, Abdullah is Mubdal Min.
Then this whole thing, Ibn Abdul Muttalib is Badal.
Is the Badal. Alright. Then, so although this is the Badal of Abdullah, but it becomes now also the Mubdal Min of the next one. Right? Because Abdul Muttalib, who is the son? He is the son of Abdullah. Right? So this here becomes Mubdal Min again. Right? Although it is Badal, but it's Badal for Abdullah, right? But it becomes Mubdal Min for bin Hashim, right? Bin, what's it? Abdi Manaf after that.
So access both.
Yeah.
So everything under Muhammad is the Badal, right?
Yeah, everything after that actually becomes the Badal of Muhammad. Right? If you look at the entire thing.
There's
Like
the
Muhammad,
remaining-
who is the son of so and so, is the son of so and so, who is the son of so and so.
So big weather.
So then
in it, there's no weather.
Yeah.
So then the remaining part you take and then make it Mubdal Min and Badal.
Yeah.
Start from the end. So the very end is the Mubdal Min of the one next to it, and then this combined is the one next to it. So we put a big bracket on after Muhammad and it is.
You're doing the same thing for Mudaf Mudaf ilayh as well in this particular chain, right? If you look at it, it's bin going on.
It can be mudaf ilayh. It is mudaf ilayh as well. Yes, you're getting a mudaf ilayh because of Ibn, right?
Right.
Ibn Abdullah. But
So it's like Muhammad is, you're saying Muhammad, and then Ibn Abdullah is Mudaf ilayh, which now becomes the Mubdal Minhu for the next Badal.
for the next badal,
And then
that
Same
badal
thing.
becomes a mubdal min, and
And
the
then,
next
then
one
there's
becomes
Mudaf ilayh, which becomes, so it's the same thing as
the same thing. That's right. Right.
Ibn is marfu because
Because it is the badal of Muhammad, right?
it will follow the same.
It will follow the same, but once you come here now, because this mubdal bin is majroor,
Right.
that's why this bin is has kasra.
So let's just say that in these names there was no abd.
It wouldn't make.
And they were, let's replace these names
Okay.
with somebody that did not have.
Yeah, that
the
would be
word abd.
easier, right? So let's take
Then
this
the hala
out.
stays the same throughout.
It'll still be the same. So let's just say Muhammad bin Hashim, right? Muhammad ibn Hashimin, right? Let's cut off a few lines here, right? So Muhammad ibn Hashimin, and you got Ibn Abdi Manaf.
Bin Manaf.
Okay, let's just put Manaf, right?
It'll become majroor from the second one onwards.
Yes, right. So Muhammad ibn, that's fine, right? Because this is not the badal of Muhammad, right? Then this is mudaf ilayh.
Right.
Bini.
Hashim ibn, right? Hashim ibn
And then the same.
Manafi. And if you have ibn, there's going to be Manafi ibn.
So everything else will be like majroor.
Majroor,
So
right?
then any long name is gonna be like that all the time.
Yeah, so let's say, for example, Muhammad ibn Ismail, like Imam Bukhari's name, right? Muhammad ibn Ismail,
Foreign name.
right? So how are we going to do this?
Muhammad ibn Ismail.
Ibn Ismail.
What is the hala of this one?
Bini.
Yes. Ibrahim, because it's supposed to get a kasra, but it's going to take a fatha because it's ghayr munsarif, right? This here also same.
Ismail ibn Ibrahim.
Right, so
Muhammad ibn Ismail ibn Ibrahim.
yeah, so remember the bin, but if we have something, let's say for example, we have a harful jar there, right? So it's going to change the whole thing, right? Li,
Li Muhammad ibn
right?
Ismail.
Then everything is major.
Yeah.
Or you can say Nasartu,
محمد
Muhammad
ibn Ismail.
Ibn
Ibn Ibrahim.
Ismail ibn Ibrahim.
it'll always be need there, right? Because now from here, from after this bin, it becomes a mudaf ilayh. As a result of that, all the bin that will come after that, no matter how long the name is, it's always going to be majroor, right? As a result of this being mudaf ilayh, the next name that comes, or the name that comes after bin, will always be mudaf ilayh and majroor, right? And because of that, every other bin will be majroor.
Bin is making it mudaf or mudaf ilayh?
Mudaf ilayh. Right, so Muhammad is the mubtada, right? So Ibn is the, it becomes a badal, right? But first it becomes mudaf, right? The son of, like Qalamu Zaydin, right?
Okay.
Son of Ismail. So Ismail is supposed to be mansub, but it's ghayr mansarif, so it's
Bin plus
mansub.
Ismail is izafa.
Sorry?
Bin plus Ismail is izafa.
Yes, there's idafa there, right? So this is mudaf, and this is mudaf ilayh.
It's not bin, right? It's Ibn.
Yeah, so
Ibn.
when you're reading it, and let's say if you have it like, you're just reading it as Muhammad bin Ismail, you're stopping, you're not joining them, you're reading it as that, right? Bin. Right, so that's why you find generally these Arab names are pronounced that way, like Yusuf bin Yaqub,
Yes.
right?
But
If you're joining it or you're reading it, right, or you're continuing, you're not stopping, Yusuf ibn Yaqub, right?
But is there an alif in the original form of the word?
Yeah, so
Ibn.
Ibn, remember that if it's in the middle, let's say if you have a name before Ibn, then in that case, there'll be no alif, or no alif will be written, right? The only time you have alif written in front of Ibn is if it's by itself, right? Or it's in the beginning of a sentence, like Ibn Abbas.
Yes.
Or it doesn't have to be in the beginning of a sentence. Let's say, for example, you have the hadith, right? You find many and
Ibn Abbas.
you can't write it as Ibn Abbas, like that. You have to put the alif there.
Yes.
Right, because it's standing on its own. There's no name. You don't have Abdullah bin Abbas here. Right? You don't have Abdullah here.
Huwa ibni.
Right?
Huwa ibni.
Or even Huwa, right?
Yeah.
Even if you put Huwa, he is the son of Abbas. Because you don't have a name, that's why this alif is always going to be there. If you have the name before it, the person's name, meaning you have the mubdal min, right? Then in that case, the alif will follow. For example, Abdullah
Ibni Abbas.
ibn Abbas.
Abdullah ibn.
Alright, so now it's incorrect to write the alif. That would be wrong.
So is it a jar on the ba or a jazam in this case? Abdullahi bin or
No,
ibn?
there's sukun on the jazm, right? Abdullah ibn
Ibni.
Abbas.
First, Ibn is basically badal of the name appearing before.
That's right.
But then subsequent names basically just become izaf.
It becomes majrur because of being mudaf ilayh. That's right. They are badal because of being mudaf ilayh.
Why did you put Daman?
Because every word is going to be marfu by default. I got nothing to make it majrur here. Alright, so Abdullah ibn Abbas.
Abdullah
Right?
ibni Abbas.
If I had a harf al-jar, yes. If I had an Abdullah ibn, then it would have to be.
Well, mudaf ilayh. So mudaf ilayh becomes, if it becomes a badal, then it should be ibni.
No, Abdullah.
All Ibns are badal.
Abdullah,
Everything
who
after
is
So consider Abdullah to be one name.
Abdullah, who is son of
Right? So that's why it's. So if you don't have Anya, you don't have harf al-jar, right? So it's going to be Abdullah ibn Abbas.
Sheikh Muhammad.
Even the ha is majroor, still known as.
Yeah, because this is it's explaining Abdullah. Not so it's not Allah. Allah is not the father, right? Or the son, right? It's Abdullah, right? This is what you explain.
So it's called in Dal.
We can think of Abdullah as being marfu.
Yeah, right. Abdullah is being marfu. That's right. You consider it as one name and consider that name is marfu.
Sheikh Muhammad.
And use Abu Hashim.
It will be the same thing as well, right? Let's say, for example, let's say Abu Bakr, right? Abu Bakr ibn
Siddiq.
Abi Quhafa, right? Right, so it's if Abu Bakrin, right? It's supposed to be right, but Abu Bakr ibn, because we're joining it now, it's gonna be Abu, right? Because now this is mudaf ilayh, right? Abu Bakr. Although we use it as one name, but it's actually, if you break it down, it's two parts, right? It's mudaf ilayh, Abu Bakrin, right? So Abu Bakr ibn, it will be ibnu. Abu Bakr ibn Abi Quhafa. Now this here became Abi because it is mudaf ilayh ibn, right? Or if you have harf al-jar an, then this will become
Abi Bakr.
Abi Bakr. Yeah.
Then Ibni.
Then this would be ni, yes. Right?
Abu Bakr.
And Abi Bakr ibn Abi Quhafa.
No, my question was sometimes when we identify people as father of, right? Instead of son of.
Usually they don't do that.
I do some explanations.
You have to
So-
know a few generations.
Couple of, yeah. Maybe one or two.
Okay, but if you do that as well, it would be the same thing, right? The same rule would apply. Let's say, for example, Muhammad, you're going the opposite way now, right? Muhammad, if it's Muhammad Abu, so this will be now, so the same law will not apply as far as Ibn, right? You'll have your tanween. Muhammadun, right? Abu Ibrahim, Alright. Or let's not use Ibrahim, right? Let's use a normal word which is غير منصرف, right? Abu Zayd. Alright. Muhammadun Abu Zayd.
Abi something.
So this will be Abi. It's Abi Yusuf, right? And that will now be Abi as well now, because this all became mudaf ilay of right. This because this became the mudaf ilay of Abu, right? So this became majroor. Because this is majroor and this is the mubdal min and this is the badal, they have to conform in the hala, right? So because this is majroor, Abi is going to be majroor here, and then the same thing is going to happen there.
Shiva, one question. Muhammad bin Ismaila, is it the ba has a jazm or jar? You said bin,
Jazm.
right?
If you not joining, you're gonna give it a kasra, right? Muhammad bin Ismail. If you're not joining, if you're reading it or if you're joining it, Muhammad dubnu, then the ba will take a jazm. Right?
If we have to add any sifat like of the names, then it will come in the end.
Yes, right. Let's say, for example, you're gonna describe Muhammad, right? You have the. You don't have to. You can even put the sifa immediately after it, right? Because this is mubdal min and badal. It's not. It depends on what you're describing, right? It wouldn't make sense in this case.
So the Abu after Zaydin. The reason is Zaydin, Abu Zaydin is izafa,
Right.
but it itself should be treated as in hala. It itself should be treated as the same because it's badal. Only Abu is badal.
Only Abu is badal. Right. It becomes mudaf, right? But you're actually saying that Abu is the badal of Muhammad, right?
So it gets zamma.
Yeah. And Zaydin is it first becomes mudaf, and then mudaf ilayh.
Abu. Zaydin is mudaf ilayh of Abu, so it gets kasra.
That's right.
But then Abi gets kasra because of Zaydin.
Because of Zaydin, right?
Why not because of Abu Zaydin? Because the whole
No,
izafa is-
because you're trying to say the father of Zayd, right?
And okay.
So this is Zayd is the father of Yusuf, right? So that's what you're trying to say.
So mubdal min is Zayd.
Yeah, that's right.
Father is-
Mubdal min is Zayd itself. Anybody else?
Some practice on it.
Okay, so once you take a try reading the passage.
So we put the Arab last time.
You put it? Oh, yeah, I put it. All right, but anyway, read it. Okay, so all right, somebody read it. Oh, did we read it already? Yeah, we did it. Okay. Oh yeah. So that's fine. So for the exam, I gave you one is we can send out the registration form. Can you do it? Or who does it? Harun does it usually. All right, I'll ask Harun to do it.
So the course should be also included.
What was that?
Whatever the course contents for the exam, just mention that in the email also. Topics. Which
Yeah. So with the Nahwa, I'm gonna test you all from anyway, right? The pages till which till which page is it? All right. So anyway, I'll test you. Just read and translate from there, right?
Okay.
And then the qasas as well, the same thing.
Qasas, we need the tarkeeb too.
No. You don't have
Just
to.
the
Yeah, just the translation for
This
now,
book
right?
of Qasas, right?
Was that?
This book of Qasas.
Yeah.
Yusuf Khamis.
Yeah. But this is just for this exam, right? In the future exams, we will be doing Tarkib. We have to double down on Tarkib.
Well, then they have the vocabulary is also required.
Well, you got to read and translate it.
The
So
translation, like including the every meaning of every.
I'm not going to ask you, okay, what does this mean or this word, right? But as long as you can read the passage and translate it, that's
We
fine.
have to remember.
So I found something interesting. If you go to Al-Ma'ani, put the exact same word, it's going to give you exact translation. If you want to prepare, if you missed any notes from the class.
So it's a very complicated word. Meaning you have to remember.
Can somebody send the links to all these things and also the syllabus?
It's already sent.
Okay, so I can resend it.
Yeah.
I will just resend that email and then.
It's a September folder. September.
Yeah, it's in the September exam folder. That's
So
right.
for NLB also.
It's just coming Saturday.
The other Quran competition.
Is it?
Just for your convenience.
The week after. Yeah, the count.
Who's gonna be busy in the Quran competition? So
Sign
then,
up just for you.
so, so we'll have it. Mashallah, we have rooms upstairs. So,
Quran competition is the week after.
It's on 7.
7.
the Quran competition.
7th is this one? This Saturday? 7th?
No.
This is
This is the
So
30th.
this Saturday is free.
Yeah, this service is free. Right? Even if you had the competition, we could have the exam.
So we have to sign up for a particular like slot.
We just, if you're attending the exam, just send in just fill in your name. If you can't attend, write the reason why you're not attending.
Yeah.
Performance is limited.
What time is the exam?
It's after Dhuhr, right? So we'll set it for 2 o'clock. And so everybody should be here by 2 o'clock. Saturday.
It's the oral exam, it should be too long.
No, it wouldn't be long, inshallah. It's just an oral exam. It's not a written exam. Right?
Is Saturday or Sunday?
Yeah.
It's Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
If we don't do good at the exam, can we make up?
It's not a,
Yeah, all right.
the exam, it's sort of like a check-in exam, almost not like a complete actual exam.
Yeah, this is not all right. Yeah. That's all. Right, your surf, don't forget about your surf as well, right? So just remember, go over the surf.
In the verbs, like
What's that?
the conjugation verbs, etc.
Yeah. Right, and your Quran translation till where we have? Till the whole Baqarah.
We decided first two juz.
First two juz.
No, Surah Baqarah is good.
Just passages is good, right?
There are 9 pages.
No, the bigger the sample, the more likely it is to be.
Isn't the first itself good?
All right.
Sheikh, surf is from the last, or is it the whole thing?
No.
Only from the last exam.
From the last exam. So I gave you all, I think I put it in the folder, right? What's the, let's see, where is it? Exam folder, you have your surf. Some Radiyya. Mhm. Yeah.
How much on Quran? Like,
And we'll do the first sujood, right? First sujood. What's that?
Conversation.
Oh, that's not part of the exam.
exam separately. It's okay.
So you said in the beginning of the year you should start.
Yeah, we've been lacking on that big time. So I think we need to make it at least yeah, no, true. So I think in the future after the exam, it's going to get done with the exam as well. Right? But at least 20 minutes in the last session of class should be, regardless of how much we covered in the Quran or in the Nahu and Sarf, we should just stop and at least have the 20 minutes. in the class, right?
So the time going to change any soon, or
Oh, is
wait
it?
till daylight? The time of the class going to change? You're going to wait till daylight saving?
Right now it's going to continue but it's always stayed the same.
Okay.
It's never changed. It was always from 7:30 to 9. I think, yeah, from next week, we'll maybe do a little bit after Isha as well, right? So we could leave that just for after Isha, the conversation, and do it then. Right, because Isha is going to get early.
Do we prepare something for that?
For now, we'll just do the notes, that book, the Arabic book that we're doing, right? And then
Just prepare for all the exams. He's thinking about exams.
You have a lot to cover.
okay.
So that part 5.
Yeah, where did you guys get it from? Somebody ordered it. Who ordered it? The part 5, the Qasas.
Amazon.
It's not in Amazon.
Who ordered it?
Ordered it last week.
Yeah, somebody ordered it from this class. I don't
Harun
know.
ordered like the 3 of Quran.
Was it Harun?
Is it
Okay.
If you search
Karachi.
you'll find it.
We can check.
What's that?
Darus
Check that on
Salaam.
Google.
Is it okay? I'm sure you can find it on the Al Bala bookstore. You probably will find it there. Yeah, alright.
Where did we buy this from?
That Harun also, he ordered it. I don't know
You
exactly.
can order all three of them.
I don't know, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we started the Arabic class in Bellevue with the kids. Yeah, it's from 9 to 12 in the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning. I'm not sure. We've started. It's just been a few days, but we started just conversation. It only takes about 15 minutes or 20 minutes of the class time, and mashallah, they're making very good progress just with the conversation itself. So, as long as we consistent with that, I think inshallah we'll get some.
I know you can do
Alright. Okay.
that. This is not all.
I'll ask you.